let this be a normal field trip? With a friend? No way!
Cruising on down Main Street, you're relaxed and feeling good. Next thing that you know, you're seeing octopus in the neighborhood. Surfing on a sound wave, swinging through the stars. Take a left at human testing. Take your second right past Mars on the magic school bus. Alligator nostril. Climb on the magic school bus. Spank a plankton too.
Take that!
On our magic school bus. Drop the river of lava on the magic school bus. Such a fine thing to do. So strap your bones right to the seat. Come on in and don't be shy. Just to make your day complete. You might get baked into a pie on the magic school bus. Step inside, it's a wilder ride. Come on, ride on the magic school bus.
Something. You never know what you'll find.
Paleontologists are scientists who study fossils.
Something. You never know what you'll find.
Some animals are carnivores. Carnivores are animals that eat meat and lots of it. Gosh, dinosaurs lived for at least 165 million years. Humans have only lived for about 1 million years. I've only lived 8 years. I feel so young. Many animals are herbivores, like this rabbit. That means they mainly eat plants like grass, leaves, or fruits. I have a funny feeling that the Frizz has a field trip up her sleeve.
Did someone say dinos? I'd love to draw a real live dino.
I wonder what kind of games dinosaurs played.
Good morning, class. Today we're not just going somewhere, we're going somewhen. Back to the age of the dinosaurs. Just click on the bus when you're ready to go. To see pictures from my last trip through time, just click on the photo album. This is my photo album from my last journey to the age of dinosaurs. Oh, Liz and I were taking pictures of plant-eating dinosaurs. Oh dear, one of my photos is gone, and I need your help to replace it. Just click on the red crystals to hear about the missing animal. Then click the X to close this album and start exploring. When you think you've found my missing creature, click on the camera and take its picture. Everyone says this dinosaur has a small brain, but I like to think it has a big body. Use your brain to seek it out. The plates on this herbivore's back helped it cool down and defend itself. Last time I checked, this herbivore was checking out the ferns in Jurassic Colorado. Remember that prehistoric animal we were looking for? We have to find it first before we can turn that page. That armor-plated skin made Nodosaurus one tough meal for any Cretaceous predator. This Ankylosaurus didn't need to join any clubs in Cretaceous North America. He had a club all his own. Remember that prehistoric animal we were looking for? We have to find it first before we can turn that page. Everyone says this dinosaur has a small brain, but I like to think it has a big body. Use your brain to seek it out. Come back soon!
That's where South America was 220 million years ago. That's where Africa was 220 million years ago. That's where North America used to be 220 million years ago. That's where Europe was 220 million years ago. That's where Asia was 220 million years ago. This is what the Earth looked like in the late Jurassic Period, 150 million years ago. This is what the Earth looked like in the late Cretaceous Period, 70 million years ago. This is what the Earth looks like today. North and South America are still moving away from Europe and Africa. The Atlantic Ocean is slowly getting bigger, while the Pacific is shrinking just a little bit each year. For Map-O-Matic, this is Arnold saying, I hope you'll be back soon.
Fossils have been found in every part of the world, even Antarctica.
It wouldn't hurt to explore a little, you know.
The word dinosaur means terrible lizard. but I don't see what's so terrible about them.
I do.
Are dinosaurs still alive? Some scientists think birds are dinosaurs. So, in a certain way, dinosaurs are still with us. Today, time and backwards traveling where that say frizz the dead?
Why did the dinosaur throw a clock out the window? He wanted to see time fly.
Remember, the bus is ready to go when you are. Just click on it when you want to start our adventure. Wahoo! Time to time travel! Welcome to Ms. Frizzle's Drive with Sizzle guided tour of the dashboard. Now, just tap this monitor if you already know how to drive the bus. But if you don't, just sit back and let me show you. The first thing is to decide where you want to go. Anytime you want to see the map, just click on the steering wheel like this. See those 7 dots? If you want to go to one of those destinations, click it and then click the steering wheel. Then, before you can say bodacious Cretaceous, we'll be on a fast blast to the past. Clicking on the little door takes us outside the bus so we can explore. If you're really lost and you want to get back to school, click on the big red lever. One tug and we're homeward bound. Now remember, no driving without a license. It's the last stop before our chrono-anomalous cruise begins. When you get back here, you'll be Wild Ride certified. Welcome to the Magic School Bus Department of Driver's Licenses. Type in your name and age and give a few clicks to the spaceometer. Then, click on the little dino up top to go back to the dash. Wing! Now, let's dash back to the dash. Remember, anytime you need help with the bus, just click the question mark. I'll be back in a flash. Period. Now highlighting the Jurassic Period. Now highlighting the Triassic Period. That's the present period. If you want to go back to the classroom, pull the red lever. Clicking on the steering wheel will take you straight to the map. Welcome to the Back Bus Dinotorium, where you can cram your noggin full of dinosaur data. There are games to play and puzzles to solve. If you need my help, I'm just a click away. But my advice to you is to take chances, make mistakes, and get messy. Check out everyone's reports about the age of dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs are a group of big herbivores. They use their sharp beaks to take big bites of tough plants or roots.
Carnivores are animals that feed mainly on other animals. They're all bipedal, which means they walked on 2 feet instead of 4. Together, they are known as theropods.
How do scientists know so much about dinosaurs? They can tell a lot by looking at the bone. But lots of what they know comes from ideas based on looking at animals that are alive today and guessing what dinosaurs looked like long ago. Paleontologists think that male Triceratops battled each other for mates and lived in migrating herds, because that's how large-horned herbivores like buffalo, antelope, and deer behave today. Sometimes paleontologists guess wrong. They used to think that dinosaurs acted like reptiles. Now they think dinos acted more like birds and mammals. The more they learn, the closer they probably get to the truth.
The big theropods were the largest carnivores that ever walked on land. In the Jurassic, there was Allosaurus and Megalosaurus. And in the Cretaceous, there was Tyrannosaurus, Albertosaurus, and Giganotosaurus. Another group of theropods, like Troodon and Gallimimus, had the best developed brains of all the dinosaurs. They also had excellent hearing and a special type of eyesight called stereoscopic vision. The first theropods lived at the end of the Triassic and beginning of the Jurassic. Herrerasaurus and Eoraptor were small and had hollow bones. This made them light in weight, so they could run very fast.
Cyanognathes was large and fast for its kind and had unusual teeth. Ordinary carnivorous reptiles have one type of tooth, but Cyanognathes had several kinds for cutting, stabbing, and tearing meat. Before the dinosaurs, a group called the mammal-like reptiles were common all over the world. Some of these early reptiles looked a lot like mammals. Most died out before the dinosaurs arrived, but their relatives evolved into the mammals we know today, like squirrels and rabbits and gophers. Dinosaurs are a group of big herbivores. They use their sharp beaks to take big bites of tough plants or roots. Some of them lived around swamps, and some lived in forests. Dimetrodon was an early mammal-like reptile that actually didn't look very much like a mammal. Its huge sail helped Dimetrodon warm its blood quickly each morning, giving it a head start on its still sluggish prey.
When paleontologists decided that dinosaurs were reptiles, they thought they moved like reptiles too, legs apart, dragging their bellies. But studying their tracks and skeletons told scientists that dinos stood upright, kept their tails off the ground, and that some could run very fast. Scientists used to think that sauropods like Apatosaurus were too heavy to stand up on land and had to live in lakes. Now we know that if they stood in water up to their necks, the water would squeeze their lungs so hard that they couldn't breathe. Dinosaurs did not have very big brains, but that doesn't mean they were stupid. Some cared for their young, and others cooperated to hunt together. And after all, they did survive for 160 million years. They may not have sent any dinosaurs to the moon, but they were pretty smart at being dinosaurs. We'll never be 100% right about dinosaurs. Some things we think are true may turn out to be false. But that's the fun of science. No matter how much you think you know, there's always new things to learn.
How did the dinosaurs stay warm? Did they generate their own heat like mammals? Or did they rely on the sun like reptiles do today? Scientists aren't sure. Warm-blooded creatures don't need the sun to warm up, so they can be active at night and in the cold. Cold-blooded creatures slow down as their bodies cool down. This means they can only move quickly when it's warm. Some scientists believe that dinosaurs were warm-blooded because they acted so much like mammals. They lived in herds, hunted together, took care of their young, and grew up very fast, just like mammals do today. Some scientists believe that dinosaurs were cold-blooded because they were reptiles. Like reptiles, dinosaurs have small brains compared to warm-blooded creatures of the same size. And the answer might be that some dinosaurs were warm-blooded and some were cold-blooded, and probably somewhere in between. But we'll never know for sure, unless someone can find a time machine and a really big thermometer. Any volunteers?
Diplodocus, at 90 feet long, used to be the longest dinosaur we knew of. Brachiosaurus, at around 55 tons, used to be the heaviest known dinosaur. But now paleontologists have discovered Argentinosaurus. It was 115 feet long and maybe weighed 100 tons. These huge herbivores were the largest land animals that ever lived. Sauropods lived everywhere in the world and existed from the early Jurassic to the end of the Cretaceous. Sauropods probably had to eat constantly. They stripped leaves from branches and swallowed them without chewing. The unchewed leaves were ground up by rocks in their stomachs.
No dinosaurs lived in the oceans, but some very large reptiles did. These reptiles were as important to the sea as dinosaurs were to the land. The two main types of marine reptiles were ichthyosaurs and plesiosaurs. Plesiosaurs had long necks, narrow bodies, and legs shaped like flippers. Like penguins today, they use their flippers to fly through the water and hunt fish. Short-necked plesiosaurs like this Kronosaurus had short, stout necks and large skulls. From their fossils, paleontologists think that they were powerful hunters who could swim for long distances. Look at those teeth! Ichthyosaur means fish lizard. These carnivores were reptiles, but they were completely adapted to life in the water. Like dolphins today, they swam like fish, gave birth to live young, and breathed air. Archaeopteryx probably evolved from a fast little carnivore, like Compsognathus. Having feathered arms might have helped to trap insects and other small creatures. Flying may have just been a lucky accident that came from having feathers. Scientists used to wonder how birds evolved until they discovered fossils of Archaeopteryx. Archaeopteryx was a dinosaur with teeth and a tail, but it also had wings and feathers, like a bird.
You might think those reptiles flying overhead are dinosaurs, but they're actually pterosaurs. Some pterosaurs live near oceans, some live near lakes, and a lot of them ate fish. And even though they had wings and flew, they did not evolve into birds. Pterodactyls lived in the Jurassic and Cretaceous. They had short tails and long necks. Pterodactylus was the smallest. Its wings were less than 3 feet across. Quetzalcoatlus was the largest, with wings almost 35 feet across. Ramphorhynchids lived in the Jurassic Period. They had long tails that helped them steer. Studies of their skulls show that they probably had excellent eyesight, but a poor sense of smell, just like birds.
Most dinosaurs were much larger than the largest reptiles alive today. But they weren't the only examples of gigantism. The Mesozoic era also had 50-foot-long sharks and 40-foot-long alligators. In prehistoric times, some species grew to be very large, much larger than the same types of animals are now. This is called gigantism. A species doesn't get gigantic overnight. It has to live in an ecosystem that has room for a creature that big, enough to eat, and not too many predators. Even then, it may be millions of years before the species develops. Even though some dinosaurs did get to be huge, most dinosaurs were not very gigantic. Some were only people-sized, like Rheoerebus, and some were even as tiny as a cat, like Lasutosaurus. Deinonychus and other small meat-eaters probably hunted in packs, like wolves. This way they could go after large prey together, and when they overcame its defenses, everyone got a good meal. Paleontologists have found huge groups of the same species fossilized together. This probably shows that they lived in herds. In other places, paleontologists have found scars on the bones, which show that dinosaurs fought each other for mates, like deer and bison do today. Dinosaurs were not lonely creatures. Fossils show that many dinosaurs lived in herds, migrated, and even looked after their young, like birds and mammals do today. Maiasaura built their nests close to each other. Parents looked after the hatchlings until they grew large enough to leave the nests and fend for themselves.
Extinction is when all the animals in a group die out. The dinosaurs became extinct 65 million years ago, but they weren't the only animals to die out. Many other species have died out, like the trilobite or the Cyanognathes. Species die out when their environment changes and they can't adapt. Sometimes a new predator eats all of them. Other times the weather changes and it becomes too hot or cold for some plants and animals to survive. No one knows why the dinosaurs died. Many scientists think that an asteroid or comet hit the Earth and threw so much dust into the air that the sun was blocked. The plants died, the herbivores died, and then the carnivores died.
The Iguanodons were one of the first groups of dinosaurs ever described. The first Iguanodon fossil was this tooth found in England by Mary Mantell. Her husband, Dr. Gideon Mantell, studied it and realized that the tooth came from a prehistoric creature. Iguanodon was the first dinosaur scientists tried to understand, so it isn't surprising that they made the mistakes you see here. Now, scientists think it was a slender, speedy creature who walked on 4 legs but ran on 2. Iguanodons were a widespread group of herbivorous dinosaurs. They had toothless beaks and a stiff, heavy tail. Muttaburrasaurus and Tyrannosaurus were iguanodons. Horned dinosaurs, or ceratopsians, were herbivores who lived in large herds in late Cretaceous North America. Triceratops is the most famous ceratopsian. Ceratopsians all had at least one horn over the nose, but most had one over each eye, like Centrosaurus and Styracosaurus. The horns were probably used by males to fight for mates, and for females to recognize dominant males. All ceratopsians had a bony frill that extended back from their skulls over their necks. The frill may have protected their necks from predators, and the ceratopsians probably used them to select mates too.
Armored dinosaurs like Euoplocetus and Stegosaurus protected themselves from predators with tough, bony plates, clubs, and spikes. They lived all over the world during the Jurassic and Cretaceous. Stegosaurs protected their narrow backs with large vertical bony plates. If predators went in for a bite anyway, they had to face a powerful tail armed with pointy spikes. Ankylosaurs were built like tanks, slow-moving and tough with a powerful punch. The largest grew up to 30 feet long and could defend itself with a tail club close to 2 feet wide. Ouch!
Hadrosaurs had rows and rows of teeth to grind up plants. To help them keep food in their mouth while they chewed, they had something no other dinosaur had. But we do. Cheeks! Duck-billed dinosaurs, or hadrosaurs, were the most common of all dinosaurs in Cretaceous North America. They were called duckbills because of their broad, flat snouts and the toothless beaks they used to snap off plants. Why did some hadrosaurs have large crests on top of their heads? They may have been used to make noise, to communicate with the herd, or to attract a mate. Maybe both. Maiasaura and Parasaurolophus were North American hadrosaurs. Tannius was an Asian hadrosaur.
Fossils are what is left behind when a plant or animal has been buried a long time, so long that its bones, and sometimes even its skin, footprints, poop, and eggs have turned to stone. Fossils are rare. Usually, an animal's bones are scattered by other animals before they can be covered. Some bones that are fossilized are buried where we'll never find them. This makes every fossil we find very important. To become a fossil, a dead plant or animal has to be covered by dirt or sand. Swamps, rivers, and sand dunes are very good for this. Over millions of years, minerals in the rock soak into the bones, turning them into fossils.
Sometimes paleontologists know where to find fossils, but sometimes they're just lucky. One thing's for sure, you can't find old bones if you have lazy bones. Paleontologists are scientists who study fossils to learn about the plants and animals that lived long ago. Their job is to find fossils, recover them, and then figure out what they mean. Fossils are very fragile, so paleontologists dig around them carefully. They wrap the bones in casts before they take them to the lab and clean them gently. Digging up a whole skeleton this way can take several years. Fossil bones and teeth can tell paleontologists a lot about how a dinosaur looked when it was alive, how it grew and moved, what kind of food it ate, and maybe even how it died.
Dinosaur fossils have been found on every continent. Some of the most important finds were made in Tanzania, Germany, Mongolia, Argentina, and the USA. But there are still lots of fossils left to find, and you might be the one to find them. The oldest known dinosaur, an Eoraptor from 228 million years ago, was found near San Juan, Argentina. The tiniest complete fossil, a just-hatched Moosaurus, was also found here. Brachiosaurus, the heaviest dinosaur ever dug up, was first found in Tendaguru, Tanzania. Because the fossils here and in the western USA were so alike, paleontologists figured out that North America and Africa were once connected. Many famous fossils were found in western USA, including Triceratops, Tyrannosaurus, Diplodocus, Deinonychus, and Maiasaura. Archaeopteryx, the first bird, was found in a rock quarry in Bavaria. The fossil looked a lot like a dinosaur, but had the imprints of feathers around it. This fossil was the first clue that birds evolved from dinosaurs. Fossilized oviraptor eggs and nests were first discovered near the flaming cliffs of the Gobi Desert in Mongolia, and recently, paleontologists found a fossil of an adult oviraptor sitting on a nest of eggs.
Each of the continents has been moving very slowly ever since the Earth was formed. As they move, they change the shape of the oceans, create mountains, and trigger earthquakes and volcanoes. The Earth is a very different place now than when the dinosaurs were alive. The oceans and the continents have changed places, and even the weather is different. The world will continue to change under our feet, but so slowly we can barely notice it. As the continents move together, a species of animal can move around the world. As the continents move apart, animals evolve in isolation. This is why Australia has so many unusual animals. It has been separate from the rest of the world for millions of years.
Welcome back to the Backbus Dinotorium. Check out everyone's reports about the age of dinosaurs. Welcome back to the Backbus Dinotorium. If you think Carlos knows some terrible jokes, you haven't heard Dina and Sarah, the best of the nest.
Some paleontologists think some dinosaurs had feathers. Some paleontologists think feathers are for the birds. Knock, knock. Who's there?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Tyrannosaurus Rex who?
Tyrannosaurus Rex anything it wants to.
Welcome back to the Backbus Dinotorium. There's more to a dinosaur head than meets the eye, so let's be nosy and check out Keisha's special report.
This is Keisha, and welcome to Skull X. This week, Secrets of the Dino Heads. The experiment where we get down to the bare bones and uncover the shocking truth about what's under all those scales and muscles. This is Keisha, and we'll be back when you are for another edition of Skull X, Secrets of the Dino Heads.
Welcome back to the Backbus Dinotorium. I see Ralphie standing by to tell you whose bones have been found in your neck of the woods. Ralphie?
Spanning the globe to bring you the latest Babylon bones. This is Wide World of Fossils. I'm your host, Ralphie. Today, we're gonna learn what's been found where. So click on the map and we'll get up close and personal with the creatures of the past. That's North America, the last resting place of Tyrannosaurus Rex and countless other creatures. Let's see where dinosaur fossils have been discovered. These fossils were found in Alaska, USA. These fossils were found in Greenland. These fossils were found in Alberta, Canada. These fossils were found in Saskatchewan, Canada. These fossils were found in Montana, USA. These fossils were found in South Dakota, USA. These fossils were found in Wyoming, USA. These fossils were found in Nevada, USA. These fossils were found in Utah, USA. These fossils were found in Colorado, USA. These fossils were found in Kansas, USA. These fossils were found in Oklahoma, USA. These fossils were found in Connecticut, USA. These fossils were found in New Jersey, USA. These fossils were found in Arizona, USA. These fossils were found in New Mexico, USA. These fossils were found in Texas, USA. These fossils were found in Baja California, in Mexico. That's South America, home to Herrerasaurus and countless other creatures. Check out the dinosaur fossil finds. These fossils were found in Brazil. These fossils were found in Uruguay. These fossils were found in Argentina. These fossils were found in Argentina. That's Africa, land of the Brachiosaurus and countless other fossil finds. Let's see where fossils have been found there. These fossils were found in Tunisia. These fossils were found in Algeria. These fossils were found in Egypt. These fossils were found in Niger. These fossils were found in Kenya. These fossils were found in Tanzania. These fossils were found in Zimbabwe. These fossils were found in Madagascar. These fossils were found in Lesotho. These fossils were found in South Africa. That's Europe, which was inhabited by Iguanodons, Archaeopteryx, and many other creatures. Here are some of the fossils that have been found in Europe. These fossils were found in Scotland. These fossils were found in England. These fossils were found in Germany. These fossils were found in Belgium. These fossils were found in France. These fossils were found in Switzerland. These fossils were found in Austria. These fossils were found in Hungary. These fossils were found in Romania. These fossils were found in Italy. These fossils were found in France. These fossils were found in Spain. These fossils were found in Portugal. That's Asia, the place for Protoceratops and many other creatures. Take a look at where fossils have been discovered. These fossils were found in Russia. These fossils were found in Mongolia. These fossils were found in China. These fossils were found in Laos. That's Australia, the down-under den of Mutaburosaurus and countless other creatures. Here are some of the dinosaur fossils that have been found in Australia. And so, we leave the world of fossils behind us and return to the bus. Back to you, Frizz.
Welcome back to the Back Bus Dinotorium. See you again soon!
Welcome to the Paleo Card Gallery, where we'll keep your cards safe and sound. You don't have any Paleo cards yet, but you can win them by playing games. To arrange your collection by length, weight, or time period, click a button. To arrange your collection by length, weight, or time period, click a button. See ya!
Meteor meltdown it is. Fasten your seatbelts.
You can help a herbivore find food in a dangerous place. But first, click on the dinosaur you want to play. Spiky Stegosaurus is tough, but the two-legged Hypsilophodon is fast. Level 1. No need to click around, just use your arrow key. Those meteors don't look too friendly. Level 2. How did you dodge all those meteors? You're so good, you win a Paleo card. Level 3. Who knew it was this tough to be a dinosaur? Yikes! Those meteors will get you every time. And I thought the jungle gym was dangerous. Level 4. Nice going. Guess you want a Paleo card. Level 5. Level 6. You did it! And you won this nifty Paleo card! Level 7. Level 8. How did you dodge all those meteors? You were so good, you win a Paleo card. Level 9. Level 10. You did it! And you won this nifty Paleo card! Wow! You play my game better than I do! You're a Meteor Meltdown master! Now it's time for more Meteor Meltdown! You can help a herbivore find food in a dangerous place. But first, click on the dinosaur you want to play. Spiky Stegosaurus is tough, but the two-legged Hypsilophodon is fast. See you soon!
Welcome back to the Backbus Dinotorium. Off we go to the outdoors and dinosaurs. Wahoo! Time to time travel. Wahoo! Back to the classroom. Wahoo! Time to time travel. That's the present period. If you want to go back to the classroom, pull the red lever. Now highlighting the Cretaceous period. Now highlighting the Jurassic period. Now highlighting the Triassic period. Cretaceous Alberta. Cretaceous Alberta coming right up 70 million years before the present.
your stay 70 million years ago in Cretaceous Alberta. Watch the predators, please, and have a good day. Bye-bye.
That ornithomimus looks like an ostrich.
More like an ostrich who forgot to put her feathers on this morning. Troodon had big brains for a dinosaur, but I wonder if it could get an A+ on the physicist quizzes. Those horns aren't for show. Triceratops used them to defend itself against predators like Tyrannosaurus rex.
Triceratops means three-horned face. But I wouldn't call him that. Not to his three-horned face. Hey, Speedster. Maybe the reason there are so many hadrosaurs in the Cretaceous is that they cared for their babies.
70 million years ago is near the end of the time of the dinosaurs. But they seem to be doing pretty well to me.
Scaling the side of this cliff, I've come face to face with the freshest fossils I've ever seen. See you again soon! I motion we make moves to Mongolia! Come on, bots, do your stuff!
To enjoy Cretaceous Mongolia 70 million years ago. Take note of the dinosaurs and have lots of fun. Have I made myself clear?
I feel myself fossilizing already.
Deserts are a good place to find fossils because dinosaur bodies were quickly covered up by sand. Just like Miss Frizzle's here.
Doesn't oviraptor mean egg thief? Did that dinosaur steal those eggs it's sitting on?
No, Arnold. Check this out. Paleontologists used to think oviraptors stole eggs and ate them. Then they found fossils that proved oviraptor was caring for its own eggs, not eating someone else's. Liz, I like you better as a real live lizard than a fake dino fossil.
Look at that poor dinosaur. She thinks she's a bird, but I don't think she'll ever make it off the ground.
You said it, Phoebe. Scientists are still trying to figure out if Mononychus is a dinosaur or a bird, or both.
The fossil record shows that Protoceratops lived in herds.
Well, for the record, I'd hate to get in the way of that herd. Do we always have to run into something with that many teeth?
Now, Arnold, you love lots of toothy carnivores, like cats and dogs. Why pick on that Tarbosaurus just because it's not as cute as they are?
Tons of Look at these colors! Can you believe people used to think dinosaurs were just green, gray, or brown?
So, you think dinosaur names aren't that hard? Then take a spin at the name game.
on the dino to hear its name. Then, put the name back together with the gems below. Just use the mouse for this game. Pterosaurus. You can do it. Corythosaurus. It's Cor-so-ras. Oh. All you have to do is listen to the syllables. Cor-it-so-ras. Oh. Try to figure out what goes next to what. Next time, you'll solve this lickety-split. Dinosaurus. Ta-da! Chronosaurus. Chronosaurus means Saturn's lizard. Tarbosaurus. That was kind of a hard puzzle. But next, Myosaura. Rearrange your own name sometime. Sa-ra. Next time, you'll solve this lickety-split. You'll figure this out soon. Come back and play some more soon, okay?
Now highlighting the Triassic Period. That's the present period. If you want to go back to the classroom, pull the red lever. Jurassic Colorado. I do hope that our time machine pulls us through. Next stop, Jurassic Colorado, 150 million years before the present.
Shoppers, have we got a bargain for you? Here in Colorado, you'll find a blue light special on Stegosaurs, Sauropods, and any kind of cycad.
That Diplodocus is just eating its way through the forest. I think now might be a good time to get off this cycad.
Hungry for a Stegosaur ornitholestes? Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Predators pose only a puny problem to a punchy poke like the Stegosaurus. Shake that tail, Steggy.
help a Stegosaurus steer clear of danger in Meteor Meltdown.
You can help a herbivore. See you soon!
Hey, that Stegosaurus looks like Kentrosaurus and Gigantosaurus.
Right as rain, Carlos. They're all stegosaurs, but Stegosaurus is about twice the size of Kentrosaurus and Gigantosaurus. Stegosaurus is the biggest stegosaur of all.
The monsoon is coming, Mon. Soon.
Liz, just because prehistoric reptiles ate cycads doesn't mean you should too. That Apatosaurus spends almost all its time looking for food. Maybe if I find it some leaves, it'll have more time to have fun.
That Apatosaurus should give you a pat on the back. On second thought, maybe it could just wave. Rain, rain, go away. Come again some other day. Like Tuesday, when I'm supposed to rake the leaves.
The Jurassic Period looks strange, but I guess things were a little different 150 million years ago. Poor Apatosaurus. It has such a tiny head that it probably has to eat 20 hours a day, just to get enough food.
That sounds like my Uncle Fred, but he never got that big.
I see a Tennessee journey in our immediate future.
Yo, this is Carlos, cool rocking your Jurassic party, 150 million years ago in the Tennessee. I want to give a shout out to the Plesiosaurs, the Ichthyosaurs, and all the giant Ammonites. There were tons of these Ammonites in the Jurassic period. Some of them grew shells that were 6 feet around, like this one.
Lots of animals like to eat them, and they ate lots of other animals too.
Looking at these rocks, I see fossils from millions of years before the Jurassic period, just waiting to be unearthed. If we could dig them up, oh, what a story they'd tell.
Rocks tell you a story? My mom had a pet rock, but it never said anything. Never heard of the Tennessee? Don't worry, it doesn't exist anymore. But it was the Jurassic Tropical Sea, and it appeared right where the continents started to split up. Alright! You'll get a kick out of the Arnold Plesiosaur in Morphosaurus. You want to see what Arnold and Wanda would look like as dinosaurs? Click on Liz to morph them with the dinosaur in the little box.
I never thought I'd be enjoying this.
With Morphosaurus, you get more fun for your money. That's a Charithosaurus. Ta-da! Presto, changeo, classmate, rearrangeo. Ta-da!
Oh my goodness!
With Morphosaurus, you get more fun for your money. Now you see it. Now you... That was cool. Ta-da!
Morphing always makes me sneeze.
That was cool. was cool.
Morphing always makes me sneak.
With Morphosaurus, you get more fun for your money. Ta-da!
I never thought I'd be enjoying this.
That was cool. Ta-da!
Well, it's not bowling, but it's fun.
Good morphing on your part. Ta-da!
Morphing always makes me sneak.
Ta-da! That was cool.
I never thought I'd be enjoying this.
Good morphing on your part. Good morphing on your part. Come back if you ever want a little change.
Fascinating! We're in the Tethys Sea, a warm tropical sea in the Jurassic Period.
DA, it's the only tropical sea in the Jurassic. Besides the Tethys Sea, there's just one huge ocean surrounding all the continents.
According to my research, you can make a cool pass card of your Mesozoic adventure.
You can decorate your pass card by dragging plants and animals from the boxes into the scene. This is going to be some card. Come back next time you run out of pass cards.
Let's hop on the bus. It's takeoff time for Tanzania.
Are drifting apart, and the dinosaurs are huge, huge, huge!
Boy, the Frizz wasn't kidding when she said that the Jurassic dinosaurs were big. That Pterosaurus is huge!
Huge is exactly right. Pterosaurus grew to be 90 feet long. That's about 6 elephants, tail to trunk. All hail Allosaurus, king of the Jurassic food chain. Brachiosaurus fossils have been found in Africa, Europe, and in North America. But how did they get across the ocean? According to my research, all the continents used to be joined together in one big continent, called Pangaea. Pangaea began to split apart in the Jurassic, but dinosaurs could still walk from Africa to Europe and North America.
That Kentrosaurus uses its spiked tail to defend itself. Easy now, Kentrosaurus. You don't have to defend yourself from me.
Colossal carnivores, Herculean herbivores. Class, the Jurassic Period is just gigantic.
Twangy tongue twisters are the Frizz's forte. at that dinosaur fly!
Actually, Wanda, that's not a dinosaur. It's a flying reptile called a pterosaur. That pterosaur is called Pterodactylus.
Wow, look at that pterosaur fly!
To the bus class, Jurassic Colorado, here we come!
Attention Jurassic shoppers, have we got a bargain for you? Here in Colorado, you'll find a blue light special on Stegosaurs, Theropods, and any kind of cycad.
Period. If you want to go back to the classroom, pull the red lever. Triassic Arizona. And we're off to Triassic Arizona, 220 million years before the present.
Jurassic Arizona, 220 million years back in time. Please keep your eyes peeled for Rheosaurus, Rhynchosaurus, and other exotic reptiles. Watch your step, please. Stand clear of the closing doors. Just my luck. If that bus can get us lost in space and time, who knows where we'll end up next? Triassic dinosaurs are small, but I'd still rather study them at a museum. Dinosaurs were all over the Triassic period. I'm just glad they're not all over me. The Rheosaurus used to be called Coelophysis. It's a good thing dinosaurs never had to spell their names out. It would take Rheosaurus a whole week.
Hey Liz, I read that phytosaurs are not dinosaurs. They're regular old reptiles, just like Rhynchosaurs and Iguanodons. And you.
I should do some research on this Dicynodon. Or maybe not. Look at those fangs!
It's a good thing that Rhynchosaur can't come near my mom's plant.
Whoops! I think I lost a shoe. Oh well, we'll just have to come back for it in 200 million years.
I wonder what they'll think when they discover the Frizz shoe fossil.
Find out what you know about dinosaur sizes. And check out Rheosaurus while you're there.
Bigger than a bread box? Smaller than an elephant? Dinos came in all shapes and sizes. Your job here is to match the size of these dinosaurs to some everyday objects. Okay, which of these dinosaurs was only as big as a cat? Perfect. Lesothosaurus was only as big as a cat. Meow. One of these dinosaurs stood about as high as a basketball hoop. Can you tell me which one? Exactly! Albertosaurus was about as tall as a basketball hoop. His cousin T-Rex was even taller. Yikes! I know that one of these dinosaurs was as big as a person. Which one is it? Lesothosaurus was smaller than a person. I know that one of these dinosaurs was as big as a person. Which one is it? Right! Rheoarepasaurus was about the size of a person. Can you tell me which one of these dinosaurs was as tall as a 5-story building? Yep, Mamenchisaurus was about the same height as a 5-story building. Quite a view from up there, huh? Okay. See ya! The ferns in my yard are so much smaller than these Triassic tree ferns.
Don't cry for us, Argentina. Here we come.
Your trip through time with Captain Friz. We have just arrived in Triassic Argentina, and I invite you to check out the wide variety of ruling reptiles during your stay.
Aren't these Rhynchosaurs magnificent, class? They were very common reptiles here in the Triassic period.
Shh! Wow! The Triassic period had more Rhynchosaurs than the Friz has outfits.
I'd have to say that our field trip to the Triassic is a tried and true triumph indeed.
Try to solve the skeleton puzzle and see if you can spot the Herrerasaurus. Sometimes paleontologists dig up scattered piles of bones. Then they try to put them together in the right way. Try your hand at putting this skeleton back together. That Plateosaurus skeleton is in a big jumble. Let's see if we can sort it out. This is quite a colossal fossil. them bones, them bones, them dry bones. This is quite a colossal fossil. Look at the bones. Can you imagine how this dinosaur looked and moved? Keep going! Oh, this bone's connected to that bone, and that bone's connected to a wishbone. A wishbone's connected to a trombone, or something like that. Keep going! Wow! You put Pterosaurus back together just right! Pterosaurus was a protosauropod who lived 208 million years ago. Protosauropods were the ancestors of giant sauropods, like Diplodocus. Paleo card! Who gets the paleo card? You do, thanks to your puzzle-solving powers. Clicking the paleo card button will show you all the cards you've won. If you thought that puzzle was hard, just wait till you see the next one. Uh-oh, looks like the Herrerasaurus fell down. Let's put it back together again. No bones about it. You can come back to play skeleton puzzle anytime.
That little dinosaur isn't even as tall as my dad, but its teeth and claws sure look fierce.
That's because it's a carnivore, Keisha. It needs sharp teeth and claws to eat meat. And that Herrerasaurus sure looks like it's enjoying its breakfast, doesn't it?
That Ichthyosaur looks a lot like a crocodile. Hey, Liz, can you speak crocodile to them? Be prepared for Dino Madness!
Welcome to Dino Madness, the only dinosaur board game this side of the Cenozoic era. I'm Baryonyx, and I'll be your host as you travel through the age of dinosaurs to get your Paleo card prize. Mwah! Before we start, let me know if you're one player playing against my old cousin Liz, or if you're two players who'll be racing each other to the finish. Good choice, player one. You'll be the pink Stegosaurus. And my green buddy Liz, well, she'll play Liz. Let's get this Dino Madness rolling. Player one, roll the dice by clicking on them. Player one, you get to move ahead 2 squares. Here comes your challenge. Get ready to play That's Not a Dinosaur. Which one of these fabulous reptiles is not a dinosaur? Impressive! You're exactly right. That animal is not a dinosaur. I've never known you to be patient, Cousin Liz. It's your turn to roll the dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 2 squares. Here comes your challenge. Get ready to play That's Not a Dinosaur. Which one of these fabulous reptiles is not a dinosaur? I'm sorry, the animal you clicked on is a dinosaur. You'll have to move back. Ahem. Player one, roll those dice, please. Player one, you get to move ahead 1 square. Here comes your challenge. And now it's time to take the What's to Eat challenge. One of these dinosaurs ate meat. Which one is it? One of these dinosaurs ate meat. Which one is it? Yes, that dinosaur did eat meat. Just like our audience, who love a good T-Rex burger. Liz, old pal, throw those dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 1 square. Here comes your challenge. I hope you're ready to name that dino. One of these fine fellows is Gigantism. Go ahead and click on him. You'll have to move back because you didn't name that dino correctly. Player one, it's your turn to roll those dice. Player one, you get to move ahead 1 square. Here comes your challenge. Aha! You've stumbled on a wild card. That means I'll be making the decision about your next move. I'm gonna have to move you ahead 4 squares, because that's the kind of guy I am. I've never known you to be patient, Cousin Liz. It's your turn to roll the dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 4 squares. Here comes your challenge. I see my cousin Liz has happened to cross a wild card, which means I'll be deciding where she goes next. Ooh, I am sorry for you. You'll have to move back 2 squares. Ahem. Player one, roll those dice, please. Player one, you get to move ahead 4 squares. Get ready for your challenge. Time for a game of concentration. Turn over 2 chips at a time to find the matches. When you've matched all the chips, you win the challenge. You've done it! Congratulations! I've never known you to be patient, Cousin Liz. It's your turn to roll the dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 4 squares. Here comes your challenge. It's time for a game of concentration. Turn over 2 chips at a time to find the matches. When you've matched all the chips, you win the challenge. Liz does this at lightning speed. She's such a show-off. Player 1, roll those dice, please. Player 1, you get to move ahead 1 square. Here comes your challenge. And now it's time to name that dino. Go ahead, click on the dinosaur you think is Maiasaura. You'll have to move back because you didn't name that dino correctly. Liz, old pal, throw those dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 2 squares. Here comes your challenge. Get ready to play That's Not a Dinosaur. Which one of these fabulous reptiles is not a dinosaur? Impressive! You're exactly right. That animal is not a dinosaur. Player 1, roll those dice, please. Player 1, you get to move ahead 2 squares. Here comes your challenge. Get ready to play That's Not a Dinosaur. Please click on the animal that's not a dinosaur. Yes, you're right about that animal. That's not a dinosaur. You're on your way to winning fabulous Paleo card prizes. I've never known you to be patient, Cousin Liz. It's your turn to roll the dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 1 square. Here comes your challenge. I hope you're prepared to play What's to Eat? Which one is the plant-eating dinosaur? Yes, that dinosaur ate only plants! And did I mention that all sorts of vegetables taste delicious on a T-Rex burger? Player 1, it's your turn to roll those dice. Player 1, you get to move ahead 1 square. Here comes your challenge. And now it's time to take the What's to Eat challenge. One of these dinosaurs ate meat. Which one is it? I'm sorry. That dinosaur did not eat meat. I'm going to have to move you back. I've never known you to be patient, Cousin Liz. It's your turn to roll the dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 3 squares. Here comes your challenge. It's time for a game of concentration. Turn over 2 chips at a time to find the matches. When you've matched all the chips, you win the challenge. Liz does this at lightning speed. She's such a show-off. Player 1, it's your turn to roll those dice. Player 1, you get to move ahead 2 squares. Here comes your challenge. Aha! You've stumbled on a wild card. That means I'll be making the decision about your next move. Ooh, I am sorry for you. You'll have to move back 2 squares. I've never known you to be patient, Cousin Liz. It's your turn to roll the dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 1 square. Here comes your challenge. And now it's time to name that dino. Go ahead, click on the dinosaur you think is Maiasaura. You're well on your way to winning Dino Madness. Player 1, it's your turn to roll those dice. Player 1, you get to move ahead 2 squares. Here comes your challenge. Aha! You've stumbled on a wild card. That means I'll be making the decision about your next move. Too bad. You'll have to move back 3 squares. Liz, old pal, throw those dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 2 squares. Here comes your challenge. And now it's time to take the What's to Eat challenge. Click on the dinosaur that only ate plants. Absolutely correct! That is the dinosaur that only ate plants. Amazing prizes are in store for you. Player 1, roll those dice, please. Player 1, you get to move ahead 2 squares. Here comes your challenge. I hope you're prepared to play What's to Eat. Click on the dinosaur that only ate plants. Absolutely correct! That is the dinosaur that only ate plants. Amazing prizes are in store for you. Liz, old pal, throw those dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 3 squares. Here comes your challenge. It's time for a game of concentration. Turn over 2 chips at a time to find the matches. When you've matched all the chips, you win the challenge. Liz does this at lightning speed. She's such a show-off. Player 1, it's your turn to roll those dice. Player 1, you get to move ahead 4 squares. Get ready for your challenge. I hope you're ready to name that dino. One of these fabulous dinosaurs is Stegosaurus. Which one is it? Ooh, I'm sorry. You didn't name that dino correctly. I'm gonna have to move you back. I've never known you to be patient, Cousin Liz. It's your turn to roll the dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 1 square. Here comes your challenge. I hope you're ready to name that dino. Look closely and then click on My Buddy Iguanodon. Ouch! You'll have to move back because you didn't name that dino correctly. Player 1, roll those dice, please. Player 1, you get to move ahead 1 square. Here comes your challenge. Aha! You've stumbled on a wild card. That means I'll be making the decision about your next move. Too bad. You'll have to move back 3 squares. Liz, old pal, throw those dice. Liz, you get to move ahead 3 squares. Here comes your challenge. And now it's time to take the What's to Eat challenge. Which one is the plant-eating dinosaur? I think you've been frizzed. That dinosaur ate plants and meat. You'll have to move back. Player 1, it's your turn to roll those dice. Goodbye, and I hope you come back soon to see me, Baryonyx, your board game host.
worry, Liz. You're not on the Iguanodons menu. They only eat plants. This turtle looks just like the one at the zoo. Ah, a familiar face in Triassic Argentina. Don't worry, Liz. You're not on the Iguanodons menu. They only eat plants. Brinchosaur, Herrerasaurus, Ichthyosaur. Maybe we could give these animals some catchy nicknames like Shorty or Dude.
Saur means lizard in Latin, Wanda, and Rhynchosaur means nose lizard.
If any dinosaur messes with me, they're going to be a Dino Extrasaur. Kablooey! Hi-ya!
Eoraptor is the oldest known dinosaur. And get this, he's only as big as my dog.
But I bet you wouldn't pet him.
This place is swarming with dinosaurs.
Ralphie, the only dinosaurs here are that Herrerasaurus and the Eoraptor behind you. All the rest are other types of reptiles, like Liz.
Yikes!